Good evening, everyone. I welcome you back on your favorite show, Rubaroo with Pooja Banga. Rubaroo is an initiative by Soulsetu Wellness Foundation. Soulsetu is a platform where we organize spiritual and wellness events on one-on-one basis as well as in groups. So, if you feel and are connected to Soulsetu's events and seminars, do like and subscribe our YouTube channel to get more updates. And Rubaroo is an online talk show on self-help and wholesome wellness. Today, we are talking about woman's womb. So, we all know that we come from the same source, from our womb, or from the womb of our mother, which is the most sacred place, and uh, we all worship the divine mother's womb. It is the source of all the possibilities and portal to manifestation and abundance. Today we'll be talking more about it with our guest, Zenobia Nankani. Zenobia is an art therapist. She's a counselor and a spiritualist. She also practices somatic experiences, metaphor therapy, and shamanism. A law graduate with postgraduate qualifications in human resources. She is a banker from past. She had been a banker from past 13 years. She has been trained in psychology and art therapy for 5 years with Leila Tayebally of Lightbow School of Art and Therapy, Paris. She is one of the founding member of HATA, the Holistic Art Therapist Association India. Her mission is to help others, especially youth and women, to heal and empower themselves to lead more enriching lives. It's an honor and a pleasure to invite Zenobia today on Rubaroo and talk about womb power. Welcome, Zenobia.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you.
It's a great honor to have you today.
My pleasure too. My pleasure.
Tell us, Zenobia, first, how from banking to spirituality?
It's been a journey. I used to think that it was a very haphazard journey, but it's come. So I left banking in about 20 years ago, and
Okay.
and then I did a lot of work with training and working with corporate houses, working with schools, teachers, the whole gamut of from youth to adults. Uh, Worked in training, and then I started training in art therapy, which took me closer into spirituality because the science with which I was trained
Mhm.
has this very big spiritual quotient to it. And I got introduced to shamanism in 2016, and
Okay.
since then it has been my calling. And I have done a lot of work, a lot of self work, more than any other work, because that was my journey. And shamanism has been my way forward with it.
Wow, that's all sounds so interesting. And I'm really looking forward to today's topic, womb power. So, tell us what is the significance, as we all know that we have come there from that source, but what is the significance of womb in our life?
So, the womb per se is the greatest secret, one of the greatest secrets that women hold. And for centuries, we have been taught to ignore this powerful center because it
Hmm.
is really powerful.
Hmm.
It has tremendous power, not only to create, but it also has the power to destroy.
Hmm.
And only through destruction will come the next cycle of creation, right?
Right.
So it's got tremendous power, and it is definitely the seat of our sensual life. The seat of our emotions, and
Right.
this is the space which is driven by the principle of pleasure, and
Okay.
it is like the brain that is processing pleasure and pain.
Hmm.
Just as we have the mind brain, we have the heart brain, we also have the womb brain.
Oh.
This is the seat which is kind of holding and giving all these sensations through the nervous system to the brain.
Hmm. Okay.
Now, its positioning is such that this
Hmm.
this womb space. I'm going to call it a womb space because it exists in men and in women.
Okay.
In men, it would be the hara, and
Hmm.
in women, we have the physical organ, the uterus.
Right.
Right? But both of us, so it's a space that we have. But in women, it is far more activated,
Okay.
right? Because it is the seat of all that we can receive. It is the space where, from where you conceive, the space from where you create. It it holds a baby through the gestation period, protects,
Right.
nurtures. But it's not just that. Unfortunately, we have been made to believe that woman is equal to mother, is equal to making babies, is equal to womb, and that's it. But this womb is a space where you are creating. It's your space of your intuition, your creation, your manifestation is all happening from this space. The babies are
Hmm.
not just human babies, idea babies, concepts, projects, dreams, consciousness. This is all what is conceived in the womb. And
But
this
the
is the
thing
beauty.
is that we all connect the womb with only, baby producing space. We never thought of, that space where the ideas and projects, as you're saying, is concerned.
Everything, because if you look at the womb, a woman's life is cyclical, right?
Right.
In fact, for all of us, life is cyclical. You look at nature, right? Nature
Hmm.
follows seasons,
Right.
correct? Just as the day starts, the day ends, and then a new day starts,
Hmm.
correct? Same way in our lives, we were meant to live cyclical lives, not
Okay.
linear lives. We were not
Hmm.
meant to live in the, thadi ke nok pe.
Hmm.
We're meant to live and understand this cycle. So I'll give you a very simple example. As I was telling you earlier, today is new moon. Actually,
Hmm.
today is Amavasya. Tomorrow will be new moon, and
Hmm.
we bleed at different points in the month, and
Hmm.
our bleeding, our menstrual cycles are connected to the cycles and the phases of the moon.
Oh.
Now, some women will bleed at full moon, some at new moon, and in between in the waning moon or the waxing moon. But
Hmm.
what is really important to understand is that if there is a menstrual cycle that is happening, if your cycle of 28
Hmm.
days, which is the so-called the moon cycle, but today we are so far away, so disconnected from our own womb that this whole
Right.
cycling pattern has been disturbed. And of course, there is it's not just exactly 28 days; it will span from
Right.
20 to 35 days.
Yeah.
This is the time when is the period of introspection. It's the period of going inwards. It's the period of rest. Now, if we don't understand this and we are pushing ourselves, and I'll
Hmm.
be honest, today I am pushing myself because
Right.
energies are saying that take it easy and
Right.
just rest it out. But because I have things to do, and this is exactly what happens to us in our life. But
Hmm.
once we are conscious of it, once we are aware of it, we kind of start realigning. It's
Hmm.
like bringing that little shift within us. And
Right.
that is exactly what the connection with the womb is all about. It helps
Wow.
us in this process because we are so in tune with nature. And if
Hmm.
we lose this connect, just as we've lost the connect with our womb, then we are calling for trouble in our life.
Hmm.
We will manifest illness, we will manifest trouble, we will manifest lack of all sorts because we are
Right.
just not in that flow.
Hmm.
Aap nadi ko dekho,
Hmm.
the river. In fact, if you see, all our Indian rivers have got names of goddesses. Most of
Right.
them. Most of them. It's goddess
Yeah.
energy because it's
Hmm.
it's flowing, and this
Hmm.
energy has to flow. Energy needs movement and flow. Now, if it doesn't flow, it gets blocked.
Right.
It's like
So,
a dam.
what? Right. So, tell me, you have very, very, interestingly, explained everything about this woman's womb, how it is so powerful. So I want to know that what all happens when the energy gets blocked.
So, like I said, it's this flow that has to keep happening,
Hmm.
the and out. Our cycle also has to work in that flow, right? And the womb is a container. Can
Right.
you imagine a patila, a vessel?
Mhm.
However big you can manifest or imagine, or however small you can imagine. Now, this womb is lying deep in your unconscious. Okay,
Right.
it is lying in the sacral chakra, the
Okay.
Swadhisthana. Okay, that is why even people who do not have their womb, either there's
Hmm.
been a hysterectomy or for whatever reason it has been removed, they still hold the etheric womb. The
Hmm.
power still remains within.
Right.
Even for women who no longer are fertile,
Hmm.
have been in perimenopause, menopause, and more, who are through with the fertility process, we also say that they have now reached the point of wisdom.
Yeah.
You have gone through life, and worldly wisdom, life's wisdom has taught you lessons. And even there is this very strong energetic connect with the womb. So we don't lose that energy. That etheric connect remains. And similarly for men, they have the hara that remains with them. It's how you tap into these sources. Now, also, this sacral chakra is the energy of water. And
Hmm.
as you know, water holds imprints and memory.
Right.
Yeah? Water holds that. When you speak to the water, if you speak badly, the water gets ganda ho jata hai. And when you
Hmm.
speak nicely to water, it's pure water.
Right.
So water is holding those impressions, those
Hmm.
imprints. And similarly, the river. The river, now just imagine this river which should be flowing has
Yeah.
been blocked. Yeah, the water doesn't flow. If the water doesn't flow, what happens? There is stagnation. पानी
Yeah.
अटक बहुत देर
Hmm.
के लिए अगर पानी अटक गया, then there is smell,
Small. Hmm.
petrified smell, rotting smell starts. So that's, if we look at that as a metaphor for our womb and the womb
Hmm.
energy, that's how we would look at it. So
Right.
we are looking at health issues. We are
Hmm.
looking at emotional issues. We are looking at, so emotional issues would be like sadness, anxiety, even going up to depression, lack of clarity, not having the creative energy. Even that creative energy stagnates. You're just not
Hmm.
able to bring something new into the world. You know,
Hmm.
that or some things may just remain in thought and they have not translated into action.
Yeah.
So this is where it's all stemming from. So it's
Hmm.
stemming from this deep unconscious, which is holding everything. This vessel
Right.
is holding our emotions, good and
And
bad. It's holding
hmm.
not only emotions of this lifetime, but emotions of past lifetimes also. Because
Really.
as a soul, we are one. The soul is
Hmm.
one. The body keeps changing. And
Hmm.
as the experiences are gathered, right, they are getting into ours, so they are creating imprints. We have these traumatic imprints, we have the imprints of our past feelings, or imprints of past abuse, this life or maybe other lives, impacts of trauma, imprints of your partners in a sexual relationship. And it is not only their energy, but their beliefs, their emotions, their state of mind, their fears, everything has got translated in and created an imprint into the womb.
Okay.
And this energy is so emotionally charged. So if it's also very important to understand how is the act of sexual intercourse.
Hmm.
Has it been loving? Has there been anger? Is there a disturbance? What is going on in the mind process? What is going on
So,
in the emotional state?
you mean to say when a woman gets pregnant, at that time a lot matters at what time the emotions she was going through at the time of
Of
intercourse,
course,
how
of
the
course,
nature and belief system of the child would be.
of
Is
course.
it interconnected?
extent, so to a great extent, as women or as children, our seed was sown in our grandmother's womb. Okay, मतलब नानी की कोख में we were sown. हमारा बीज वहां बोया गया था. And she carried you when she was carrying your mother, who was then only a 4-month-old fetus.
Okay.
So you see how we go back generations. Now, all that trauma, that means even my grandmother's trauma. And then because she was a seed in her grandmother's womb, so we go back so many generations.
Wow.
And we have got all that accumulated with us. All that has come as imprints to us. So sometimes you don't know why you're behaving in a certain way.
Right.
Or you don't know where your fear is stemming from. It's important to look into this and see it could be stemming like this. Illnesses. Now, when I was talking about the significance of of both the mindsets of both the partners in sexual intercourse, because the way that child has been conceived is going to have a very big impact on that child. Was he wanted? First of all, if it was a girl, was she wanted? Was there? So we are taking wounds of rejection, betrayal, abuse right from that state.
Wow.
You get it? How? So it's the responsibility that we hold in understanding our own power, our own emotional state, as well as our responsibility to clean and clear. It's equally important to clear all this, because let's take even physical illnesses, womb-related illnesses, PCODs, this menstrual
That's what
problem.
my question was, yeah, because these days a lot of lifestyle problems like PCOD, early menopause, and all these problems are coming up with the generation. So, is there a reason of
So it's
connect?
important to look. It's important to look into what are the feelings that we are having. What is the accumulated stress, suppressed emotions? Sometimes when we have a bad experience, we go through it and then we box it up. We put it in a box in the brain and we say, now I've forgotten about it. It no longer affects me. That's what we say. But it's not true. It is still lying in you. It's important to get it, to work through it and get it out.
Right.
Because it's still lying within you. You may have forgotten it in conscious memory. Yeah, because it's too difficult to handle. So the body has a mechanism in which the nervous system may just kind of shut it off. You would have heard of the fight, flight, and freeze response of the nervous system. This is the protective survival mechanism that the body has, right? So that's the shutdown mechanism that we are bringing in. But that does not mean that it is out of the body. It is still very much inside the body. And it has to be cleared, and that can happen when you start connecting with it. These days we have completely lost touch with our bodies itself, even our external body. We go through body shaming, we go through lack of self-love, we go through emotions of shame, of worthlessness. We are in today's day constantly trying to prove ourselves, whether it is to ourselves, whether it is to the world, whether it is through our work, whether it is through our love. We are constantly in the need for perfection. Yeah, we have this thing, bus, it has to be perfect, otherwise no. I must be better than everything else. Am I good enough for what I am doing? And all this is also proving our worth. It's also demeaning what we really what our powerhouse is actually in tune with. So if we connect with that, is from where we are actually going to reconnect with everything that is happening with us. I'm not saying that we are going to suddenly become, it's going to be a hunky-dory life, but you will know how to make that life. You have now carved that pathway for yourself, and then the potential is so tremendous that you have the power to manifest. That potential becomes so strong that it brings in that abundance. Because
So,
sexual energy is that, right?
yeah. So
Sexual.
one of our
Yeah.
viewers asking, thank you for joining Manjula ji, Shalini, Nidhi, and Rajni Kapoor. Thank you all for joining. Manjula ji is asking, she was actually asking deep knowledge. So this is why we need to do ancestral healings. Is ancestral healing is that important?
Yes. So I would put it like this, that because we have so many imprints in us, that yes,
Mhm.
the womb healing, it will lead on once once you start doing it. And but I want to qualify my statement over here, is that please don't try to do this on your own. Okay,
Mhm.
for the simple reason, you will not know suddenly what has emerged, and it can emerge like a volcano in you, and you will not
Mhm.
know. So you need somebody who's trained to be able to give you that support.
Mhm. True.
So it's with the support, when you do it and you start beginning, you start the process, you start creating that pathway. Now, whatever has to come up will come up. It will come
Mhm.
up in years. It's like the lotus opening. It's not going to all just happen at one go. The whole cleaning cannot happen at one go because it's holding lifetimes of energy. And your physical consciousness is not going to be in a position to process it. So yes,
Right.
it starts like this. You get, and then depending on what comes up, there may be inner child issues, which is quite likely. There may be
Yeah.
issues with the shadow self. There may be
Yes.
issues with ancestral
True.
healing. There may be issues which are coming up from your own past life, from
Mhm.
your family, from
Mhm.
generations of the family, because it's a known fact that as souls we come into the families
Right.
for a purpose. We are all there together to help each other move forward, and we learn our deepest soul lessons from the people who we consider to be the worst and the meanest people, because
Right.
they are the souls who took it upon themselves to guide us.
Yes. They are the biggest teacher.
Right. So it depends on what will open up for you when
Mhm.
you're going through the process. Maybe today it may be an inner child issue. Then you
Yeah.
work through it, you resolve that inner child issue. Then maybe there may be other inner child issues that come up. There may be suddenly a link from that inner child that is taking you into an ancestral condition. So
Right.
it's all what will come up from your own system.
System. Mm.
Yeah. So
Wow. That's really, really interesting. And I'm sure our viewers are also enjoying it. And thank you, Rukshana. Thank you, Mona Gurpreet. Thank you, Tia, for joining. Thank you, Pooja Bakshi. Sorry, viewers, I think there was an internet glitch. We are back. So, one of our viewers, Pooja Bakshi, she's asking what are the practices we can take on so as to be at peace with past traumas?
so this is a very very wide and open ended question, right? Because it is very personal to the individual how you're going to take this process forward. You, as I gave the multiple options, you start. So it's first is to start connecting with the self
Hmm.
and see what all is coming up for you. I would like to do towards the end of it a meditation which will kind of give a small clearing pattern, a
Hmm.
small guided help to clear certain things that may come up in this very short while. But connecting with the self is something that one would do in a meditative space. Now, a meditative space is something that you will define for yourself. Some people may be doing their work, and that may be meditation.
Hmm.
I know many people who could be washing the utensils, and with the flow of the water that is coming upon them and their full presence in the here and now, their full focus upon the work that they're doing is meditative itself, and opens a lot of avenues for them. I know people in the shower who meditate. who have said that, we get the most enlightening thoughts when we are in the shower, because that's when we are connecting with ourselves. So there are different ways. You may be sitting in nature and connecting. You may be having the plants talking to you, the birds talking to you. Sometimes you think you're going crazy, but the universe has a way in which it is going to communicate to you, and it will communicate in the manner that you understand best. So when we are doing a divination, you could look into the sky, and the clouds, the shape of the clouds
Right.
suddenly throw up
Yeah.
something for you.
Right.
The rock formation throws up something for you. The chipped
Right.
paint on the wall throws up something for you. So all these are meditative practices with which we can connect. But the whole thing is to reconnect first with the body,
Mm.
because the first disconnection that we have is with our body. So the somatic understanding, the soma is the body, the understanding that this body is the cover, is the container. Where do I end? Where does something else begin? What
Mm.
is my understanding of my own rhythms, my own body? How can I function at my best? When do I
Right.
function at my best? We all have different rhythms.
Mm.
First of all, do I have a rhythm or not? Am I living an arrhythmic life?
Right. So, Pooja, I'm sure you've got your answer that connecting to yourself is the first and foremost step we should all take. And we have to just, experience all the kind of meditations and see what connects with us the most. It may be the nature, it may be, the sounds, it may be, as she suggested, it can be anything. So we have our next viewer, Harneet Quatra Dang. She's asking if a woman is trying to conceive and facing challenges, can you help some best practices that will help?
So this is a slightly again this is a difficult question, for the simple
Mhm.
reason that you have to again go back to what I said earlier. Even conception. So there are various reasons why we don't conceive. Yeah, some of them are physical, some of them are emotional, some of them are psychological, and some of them are just the condition at that point in time in the family. Some of them are soul related, and some of them we still don't have answers to. But it is really, really important to maintain womb health. So, paying attention to diet, paying attention to rhythms of the body, to the cyclical nature of the period cycle, not interfering with it. See, today our medicines are hormone replacements, etc. Everything is interfering with our system. Birth control pills. This is all an external interference that is coming into the system. The body has an innate capacity to heal itself.
Right.
Left
But we have
onto its
to
own.
connect it. Yeah,
Yes.
we have to connect it with.
But it's
Yeah.
like, if you have a broken bone, it's so painful that you want to do something about it. And
Right.
then we put it in a cast, right? We put the cast on top. That cast is not healing the broken bone. That
Right. There is.
cast is only keeping it in place.
Mm.
Body is healing the broken bone, right? The body is creating all the bringing all the calcium in, all the magnesium in that is required to heal it at that point in time.
Mm.
That's how health is. So we are born to be in health. And this sense of beauty and harmony within us is what is the deepest appreciation of the feminine in life. So, how open are we even in that state of gratitude, in our state of openness, in our open emotional state? How is our thinking, how is the environment around us, because the womb is also taking in everything from the environment. A small baby, a child under 6 years, we call them a sponge. Why
Right.
do we know that the baby
They
is a
got
sponge?
everything.
Everything that is happening around has got imbibed into the baby. So now you take your womb to be a space like that, where everything around, even in the environment, a disturbance in the environment is also disturbing your energy field.
Right. Knowingly and unknowingly, that
Yeah.
too.
Absolutely, consciously, unconsciously. And some of us are more open to it. Some of us in our energetic bodies as empaths are more open to energies that are coming from outside. And that is why all the more energy cleaning becomes important.
So because
Because
many people, when they go in a group or they are attending a public some ceremony or something, when they come back, they feel very very what do you call it, very tired and very very low. So this might be the reason, because they are very sensitive to the energies.
and the higher your energy vibration, the lower energy will always try and come up to you. And the womb per se, because the womb is such a strong and powerful organ. So we believe that the goddess actually resides in the womb.
Hmm.
She actually is, that is her home.
Hmm.
Now we look at the goddess outside of us.
Right.
We have given away, because over years, centuries, that power has gone away from us. We don't understand that actually the goddess is within us. The God is within us.
Yeah.
It is that yin and yang, that is the balance that is forming within us. It is the God energy in us. It is the goddess energy in us.
Yeah.
And tapping into that energy is where you are opening yourself to abundance and manifestation. It's not something that only somebody can do and somebody else can't.
We
It's
all are
something
taught
that
to.
all have the potential for. We all have it within us to rise above and to find that joy, that beauty, that essence, and that is the fertility of what the goddess is all about. So
So
when we
I
are
think.
having issues, sorry, just to complete, when we are having issues with conception, we have to also see what our own thought processes are to conception. Am I
Hmm.
afraid? Am I scared emotionally, financially? Am I afraid? Is it like a traumatic experience for me? How is the sexual act itself? Is
Hmm.
there fear? Is there trauma? Is there abuse in the sexual act itself, covert or overt? And
Right.
so there are all these things that play a role.
Hmm. Right. So maybe there are some inner child issues which are still there as a trauma, and you are not able to conceive.
Certainly, certainly. So I would look at all aspects. I would look at womb health. I would look at inner child healing, looking at emotional healing. First connect with the emotions. Am I really truly in connect with my emotions? Is there deep suppressed anger, repressed anger, to the point of rage? So many people, on the face are very cool and calm, but when we through art therapy exercises, we find that there is tremendous rage that is within. The unconscious is demonstrating tremendous rage. So that's something that is held within.
So, thank you, Zenobia. One of our viewers, Tanvi Rastogi, she's asking why we have improper menstrual cycle, and what can we do to correct it. I think you have explained it so well, and I hope she's got her answer.
I would say to completely connect with your body, understand. So first thing is to really pay attention to your cycle. When is it pre-ovulation? When is it ovulation? When are you getting into PMS? And when are you getting into your menstrual cycle? Once you have that calendar, you match it with the moon calendar and see what is happening. And then the different phases of the moon definitely will have different impacts. The archetype of each phase of the menstrual cycle also will be different. So there are all these factors that help. But the first thing is, yes, you reconnect with the womb and the body.
Right. Thank you, Zenobia, for that answer. And thank you, Tanvi, for joining. We have Ruxana. She's asking, is this applicable to secondary infertility, trying for the second child?
This is applicable, I would say, across the board. Of course,
Hmm.
it's everything is related to the individual. So unless we know the whole case history, it's not easy to say this. And nor is it my expertise to get completely into the health dimension, the physical
Okay.
dimension. I work with the energetic dimension.
Right.
So, but yes, it is across the board. It may be the very first sexual intercourse, it may be multiple. How many partners has one had? What is the energy of the partners? What is your energy when you are in the process,
Yeah.
in the process of trying to conceive? How is your receiving? It's so important to understand how are you receiving, because most women have only been taught to give. We don't know what it means to receive, and the feminine itself is receive. So I would say one would also have to check how is your receiving. I think we have lost you, Pooja. Okay, so I'll just talk a little bit more about the receiving. I think for all of us women, it is important to look within to see how is it for you to ask for something. How is it for you to receive? We are so used to giving. The world has taught us to be givers, but how is it that you are receiving? Because that is the essence, the essential feminine principle lies around receiving. So I would also check on your own receiving. How do you receive anything, from love to money to comfort to other resources?
Sorry, guys, there was an internet glitch, and I'm back. Thank you, Zenobia, for being there.
So I was just talking about the importance of receiving,
Okay.
because as women, we have only been taught to give.
Mm.
But the most important feminine principle is receiving.
Mm.
Even if you look at the sexual act, it is the yoni that is receiving the penis. It's not the other way
Right.
around, right?
Mm.
So receiving is very, very important for us. How are we in a position to ask for help, to ask for money, to ask for comfort, to ask for love? And this is a very big block that can make a very big difference in a woman's life.
Mm. Very profound and enriching. I'm sure our reviewers are also enjoying the chat. And tell me, how first thing you said that we can meditate and connect to ourselves and get ourselves healed. And what are the other processes which we can do ourselves to heal the womb?
So I'll give you a very, very simple exercise where when you are connecting with yourself, you're also connecting with your higher self. Yeah.
Mm.
So this is something that can be done in any meditative process. It does not even have to be a meditative process. You are
Okay.
simply just allowing yourself to stop, focus, and bring your awareness to that part of the body. And
Mm.
as you do this, it starts by a minute, 2 minutes, and then you can take it longer. And you connect with that, with the body first. And the first way to connect with the body is through the breath, paying attention to your breath.
Okay.
How is it going
Which
in?
kind of a pranayam you are talking about?
Just a simple breathing. You're
Okay.
connecting with your breath. You're just observing how is this breath going in and how is this breath coming out. Then
Okay.
you are observing how is this breath when it's going in, what is it doing to me? It's filling my lungs
Mm.
up, my stomach is expanding. It's a physical process, right?
Okay.
And as you do this, you gradually start realizing that how is your breathing? Like for many of us, we are short of breath.
Right.
Some of us have a
People
good
feel
inhale.
claustrophobic and they feel very claustrophobic when they're in a closed environment. So
Yes.
people have short of breath. Yeah.
And not only that, some just in our regular breathing, like I know that my inhale is
Mhm.
shorter than my exhale.
Mm.
I know that I have a short breath. When I start
Right.
paying attention to it, it somehow starts getting into balance. So first three,
Mm.
four breaths will be in that
Small.
imbalance, and then
Mm.
gradually the lung and heart balance kind of starts coming,
Mm.
and that's when you start realizing that you're getting deeper into yourself and you're reconnecting with yourself. Now, people who are relatively anxious will find it difficult to meditate.
Mm.
Okay, and because the minute their nervous system starts calming down, they get a panic attack. For
Right.
some people, I would recommend grounding exercises
Okay.
where you actually imagine and connect with the earth.
Mm.
So, walking barefoot on grass, connecting your whole body with the earth, linking your womb with the Mother Earth's womb, and finding that stability, that stillness within the system. Because an anxious system is like a nervous system that is completely dysregulated. So the minute that eyes closed, there are many people who say they cannot meditate for that reason, because they get into panic, or they get into too many experiences.
Right.
The flood of experiences is so much that they can't take it forward. So we are
Yeah.
all made differently. We are all made differently. The easiest thing to do is breathing. The next easiest thing to do is grounding exercises, any kind of grounding exercises. Even a simple thing like you've had an experience and you write it down, you journal
Mm.
it. That is also a grounding experience, because you're making something from the invisible realm, you're making it concrete and physical. So even writing that experience down, which was in the in the head, in the other realm, and when you write it down, you're actually making it concrete.
Right.
When
We
you
can
draw,
even hug a tree. We can even hug a tree. We can touch the plants. We can go
absolutely,
in the open, take a
singing,
walk.
singing, humming, exercising the throat is also very grounding. That also helps you to start stabilizing within. So that's why chanting helps a lot. For people who chant, it helps them a lot. Because again, there you are activating the throat, and thereby it is bringing the balance. So that's why I said the body has its mechanism. The body will find what is its best mechanism. Because we were meant to be in joy, we were not meant to be in sorrow. We were meant, we came into this earth, we came from a joyous place, we came to see duality, but we are meant to be happy. And our happiness, our prosperity is our birthright. It's how well we take that forward.
But we get attached to all the emotions and all the things happening in life, which makes us sad. That is the only thing.
And
We
we like
don't
to be
sit
victims.
at a distance, yeah,
We
and
like to
just
be
observe it. Yeah, we
because we
like to be
hold
victim
on
and get into the whole scenario.
yeah. In Hindi, there is a saying, na, "Mera dard mujhe bahut pyara hai."
Ah, right.
Painful, but I still want to hold on to it because I don't know life without it.
Without it.
So
Very
this is
true.
a way to start opening out and seeing how much more you can accomplish for yourself.
Mm.
It is the beauty of womanhood.
Wow.
So I
So beautiful.
that should I take the meditative exercise now, Pooja?
Yeah, we
Or
have just few questions from our viewers. Tanvi is asking, what does poor receiving mean? And Harneet is asking, how can we observe receiving? So
okay.
there are two
So
questions.
it's these are questions that are coming more from the intellect, because when I say receiving, am I open to receiving? Let's say a compliment. I tell you today, Pooja, you're looking really, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's receiving.
Okay.
If you turn around and told me, oh, really? I don't think so. That's not
Mm.
receiving. That's blocking. So it's as simple as that. When I
Okay.
need something, do I ask for it? When I want my me time, do I ask for it? Do I take it as a birthright? It can be
Mm.
just 5 minutes of locking yourself up somewhere, and the safest place is the bathroom, because you will
Mm.
never be disturbed over there. But do you actually take that? Do you
Yeah.
demand that? Do you ask that this is the time that I want to be with myself? This is my time out period. I want to
Mm.
be in that space. Or Do you let go of that feeling because you've been called by somebody in the house? The child has called, the husband has called, the mother has called, the father has called, guests have come, blah, blah. And you have disallowed yourself that time. So that's again the receiving. When you open yourself to receive, the universe will give.
Give you.
Because it is all there.
Mm.
There's nothing that if I take it, it will be less for you, or if you take it, it will be less for somebody else. There's enough and more for everyone.
And then,
That is what abundance is all about.
so one more thing I want to ask you. You just mentioned about hara and male. So can you
Yes.
just explain a little bit more for the people who are watching and want to know about how male womb and sacral and hara chakra is all about, and how is it effective in men?
For again, now this would be for all human beings. So the hara is the second chakra from the bottom, above the
Right.
root. Okay, so these are the lower chakras.
Hmm.
Okay? I am not an expert in chakras, so I'm not going to get into the details of it. I'm just giving you in a very crux layman terms.
Hmm.
When we are in the higher chakras is when we are constantly airy fairy. Yeah, you need the grounding. You
Right.
need so that is at the
Balance.
root. Yes, the root is the tip of your tailbone,
Right.
which is the lowest point that can connect with the earth.
Right.
And the very next one is the Swadhisthana. So this
Hmm.
is the seat which holds our emotions. It holds pleasure and pain. It holds. It's actually driven by pleasure. It's the driving factor to the sacral is pleasure, sensuality, sexuality, understanding your own abundance. Yeah, understanding your own needs, your own state of being. Are you able to properly pinpoint what you are feeling, or is
Hmm.
it not? Is it too vague? Is there too much confusion? There's no clarity. So that shows that there is a block somewhere here.
Okay.
And when we talk about cleaning, we are also cleaning the whole chakra in that manner. When you're doing the womb cleaning, you are also effectively cleaning that whole area,
Hmm.
because as I said, it's water energy. It's going to be
Right.
holding all those memories and all those aspects that can become difficult to let go of. It's like saying, that Shakti resides in me,
Hmm.
yeah, but there are many more who are residing in me. All the energies that are there, अब मुझे मेरे घर में ही मेरे लिए जगह नहीं है.
Hmm.
So how can Shakti strive and manifest when there is no place for her? That place has already been occupied by everything and everyone else. So many imprints. It's like we keep our house clean, but are we really keeping our energy body clean? So if we are saying that Shakti resides here, so Shakti is lying in a cloud of dust. So she cannot
Hmm.
come to her power because everything around is still in a mess.
Right.
Then whether we are saying Shakti, whether we connect with Prakriti, what is
Hmm.
Prakriti? What is destruction? Why does destruction happen? Why is the womb shedding the menstrual cycle? Why is that blood shedding? It's no longer required. It's only when that blood will shed will a fresh lining be created where
Yes.
the likelihood of the egg to implant can happen.
Hmm.
So
Beautiful.
destruction, if this cleaning doesn't happen, then there is naturally going to be an imbalance.
Hmm. True. Nice. So, thank you so much for that knowledge, and I'm really enjoying it thoroughly. But we have limited time, so can we, do a small clearing meditation
Yes.
for the womb?
So I'm going to do a short process, but a pretty demonstrative process, because it's the first connect with yourself, and
Hmm.
it's a short experiential journey, and it helps you to connect back to your body, to your womb, and clearing within. So I'm going to guide you through. For those who feel something has come up and they are unable to handle it, You can gradually just remain with your eyes closed and be with your process. I will try to hold you with my guided process. I will try to hold everybody in that space and help you to experience this. Okay, so we begin with closing our eyes. So close your eyes, unfold your hands, remove anything that is on your lap, just be relaxed. If you're lying down, you can continue lying down. And take a deep breath and hold it and release. Take another deep breath and release it with a long open mouth and release. Once more, breathe in through your nose, hold and release from your mouth. And one more time, breathe in from your nose, hold, breathe out from your mouth. Now call upon your guides and masters, your animal guides, the Divine Mother, the goddess that you believe in, your higher self. Call upon them to help you in this exploratory journey. You can place your hands as an inverted triangle on your womb space, which is 3 inches below your navel point. Be there and connect. See what your womb has to say to you. See what message she gives you. See, feel, observe the sensations in your body. Feel the chaos within. Stand in that chaos. Ask your guide, your master, your higher self, your goddess within to hold your hand and guide you into your womb. If it is dark, ask for a light to be shown to you to guide you through. See, feel, sense, observe what is there within you. What is the womb space like? Don't be afraid. You are supported and protected by the goddess within you. See, feel, notice, and observe. And once you're inside that womb, see if it is your energy or somebody else's. Is it your imprint or somebody else's? Who is residing in the temple of your womb? Allow yourself to move inside this temple. Simply observe. Do not entangle. If there is any energy or imprint that does not belong to you, of people, of places, of events, or even your unhealthy, undesirable, stuck up emotions, invoke the Divine Mother in whatever form you may know her. Invoke Shakti, Parvati, Kali, Durga, Mary Magdalene, Isis, whichever way you know her, whichever way she knows you. Ask her to come within. Ask her to make you sit on her lap. Allow her to take all the chaos that you feel within, all the judgment, all the anger, all the rage, all the insecurity, all your fears, known and unknown, your self-doubt, your anxiety, your old patterns of helplessness, of codependency, of powerlessness. Ask her to take it all from you. Visualize it all converting into a ball of energy, however big it may be. Let it all connect and collect into this ball of energy. And once it's all in the ball, hand this ball of energy over to the Divine Mother. Ask her to take it all away. And once she's taken it all, call upon all the people and the energetic imprints to come forward. You may find yourself energetically entangled with them through cords connecting you. Visualize the cords. They may be of various colors, thick or thin, long or short. Ask Ma Kali or the Divine Mother, in whatever form she appears to you, to present you with a sword, a sharp sword. And with the strike of the sword, cut all those cords. Cut the physical, the emotional, the financial, the spiritual, the psychological, the mental cords that had kept you entangled. See, feel, notice, and observe all these cords releasing. And with that, all the pain, all the hurt that you have felt from the people, the incidences, the trauma drama, releasing, releasing, releasing and leaving you. Ask the Divine Mother to transform, transmute, destroy, or return this energy back to the sender with love. Simply surrender. Simply surrender. Simply surrender. And once you feel this energetic cleanse, walk around your womb temple again. If there is still any lingering energy, surrender the attachment to Ma. See, feel, notice, observe, sense this new space that you have created within you. How does this womb temple look like now? Pay attention to your first sensations, your first feeling, your first thought. And gradually thank all the forces present that joined you for this healing today. Ask, what do I need to do? What steps do I need to take for a healthy body, mind, and spirit? Ask, what steps do I need to take to honor you, to honor your energy, to honor your force? Once again, thank all the forces present, your guides, your spirit guides, ascended masters, the Divine Mother, your energy body, your physical body, your womb, your mind, your body, your spirit, and all the forces that supported you in this exercise today. Thank yourself for all that is within and without. And whenever you're ready, slowly come back into your body. Enter this room. Gently open your eyes and ground yourself with a sip of water. So, welcome back.
Thank you so much, Zenobia. I'm still in that bliss. Thank you so much for taking us through this journey and on this new moon, clearing all our old energies and opening a portal to manifestation and abundance.
My pleasure. It's completely my pleasure. Guided by the divine, for the divine, within and without.
Amazing. I'm still having my goosebumps.
Stay with it. I would recommend journal your experience, see what has come for you, see what has come as guidance for you, and then follow through on the guidance that has come. It may simply mean, it may have simply said, go and put your head down and go to sleep. It may have said, hug your child. It may have
Right.
said, hug your husband. It may have said, have the conversation that you've been holding back with anybody. It may have come in many, many, many ways. For me, the guidance came was to hold that divine energy within me and to have it through the crystal that I'm holding with me. So
Wow.
each one of us will get a different guidance, will get a different way in which we are going to carry it forward. So
Right.
hold that energy, be with that energy, and carry forward on that energy, because you've now opened a portal for yourself.
Thank you so much for all the knowledge and wisdom you have shared with us, and really, really thankful for on behalf of Soul Setu Wellness team. And see you soon. Thank you
Thank
so much, Zenobia.
Thank you.
Thank
The
you.
goddess in me thanks the goddess in you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thanks.
Bye bye. Thank you.
I'm sure my viewers that you all have enjoyed this beautiful meditation done by Zenobia and taking us to this journey of bliss. And I can still feel that emptiness in my sacral chakra, and as if all the energy, negative energy, has been cleared. And do write us your experiences during this meditation. We would like to know, and do write to us what all you want to have on our Rubaroo show. And with that note, I would just tell you that if you know about our full moon meditation circle, which is called Dhyan Setu, it holds meditation, live meditation on Zoom every full moon, which is going to happen on 2nd October now. And we are having Nirmal Desai this time. She'll be doing a meditation on Lee Pardon meditation. So, whosoever wants to join can connect with us and can get registered. With that note, do like and subscribe our channel, YouTube channel, to know more about our upcoming events and to watch all the previous episodes of Rubaroo. Thank you so much. Shabak Khair. Bye.